At Optus Bank, we believe that everyone deserves a fair shot at financial success, no matter where you come from. For over 100 years, we've invested in the people, not just profits, delivering capital, education, and opportunities to help community rise. At Optus Bank, we're banking on communities through innovation, impact, and economic empowerment.
It wasn't just about banking with M&F. It was about them understanding me as a business owner. They took the time to listen and really understand how they could help me grow. And that's something I really value.
M&F Bank, empowering growth. Start today.
I didn't know one thing about the number side of running a business, but M&F Bank was so patient with me. They walked me through everything step by step.
M&F Bank, empowering growth. Start today.
Keep my visions to myself. It's all in me who wants to wrap around your dreams. And have you any dreams you like yourself? Dreams of loneliness like a heartbeat drives you mad in the street.
things alive. Everybody was dancing in the moonlight, dancing in the moonlight. Everybody feeling warm and bright. It's such a fine and natural sight. Everybody dancing in the moonlight. We like our fun and we never fight. You can't dance and stay uptight. It's supernatural delight. Everybody was dancing in the moonlight, dancing in the moonlight. Everybody feeling warm and bright. It's such a fine and natural sight. Everybody dancing in the moonlight. Everybody here is out of sight. They don't bark and they don't bite. They keep things loose, they keep things alive. Everybody was dancing in the moonlight. Everybody's dancing in the moonlight. Everybody's feeling warm and bright. It's such a fine and natural sight. Everybody's dancing in the moonlight. Everybody's dancing in the moonlight. Everybody's feeling warm and bright. It's such a fine and natural sight. Everybody's dancing in the moonlight. Everybody's dancing in the moonlight. Everybody's feeling warm and bright. It's such a fine and natural sight. Everybody's dancing in the moonlight. Everybody's dancing in the moonlight. Everybody's feeling warm and bright. It's such a fine and natural sight. Girl, close your eyes. Let that rhythm get into you. Don't try to fight. There ain't nothing that you
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The program is about to begin.
lay back and groove with mine. You gotta feel that heat, and we can ride the boogie. Share that beat of love. I wanna rock with you all night. Dance you into the sunlight. Rock with you all night. Gonna rock the night. Out on the floor, there ain't much there but us. Girl, when you dance,
Oh, so we fixed it on the
there's magic that must be love. Just take it slow. 'Cause we got so far to go. When you feel that heat, and we gonna ride the boogie. Share that beat of love. I wanna rock with you all night. Dance you into the sunlight. Rock
Tell us who you are, please.
We are Sainted, and we are a trap choir, meaning that we sing trap songs.
Whose idea was it to come on the show?
God's idea.
God's idea. God's idea. God's idea.
Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Gonna find you and take it slowly. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Gonna find you and make you want me. Strumming my pain with his fingers. Yes, he was singing my life.
NAACP, let's go.
Killing me softly with his song. Killing me softly with his song. Telling my whole life with his words.
Killing me.
Killing me softly.
Say what?
With his song.
Sing if you know it. Hey, I see you moving, baby. Hey,
La 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 la.
oh,
Oh, la,
la, la. La, la, come on, say. Listen, if you're proud to be black, make some noise. That's what I'm talking about. Come on, say. Who you calling up? You gotta let them know. Come on, here we go. UNITY. If you know it, come on, say. UNITY. Hey. What about this? Sorry, Miss Jackson. I am for real. Never meant to make your daughter cry. I apologize a trillion times. Sorry, Miss Jackson. I am for real. Never meant to make. Let's go. Hey, come on. The coolest on the planet. Charlotte. Hey. Now if you're real fresh, sing that with us. Ain't nobody don't pass me. I'm just so fresh, so fresh.
You think I'm so sexy? I'm just so fresh, so
I see a lot of good looking black people in here. Where the ladies at? Make some noise. Oh, that was kind of weak, but I see you. Here we go, say. Oh, my mama. Hey. Hey. Come on. Come on, say. Sicker than your average. I'm a twist cabbage instinct. Don't think pink did us. Detroit player. 10 for my hooligans in Brooklyn. Let's have a party. Hey, pretty girl. DK, what's up? Come on, say.
I just speak my peace, keep my peace, give it to the Jesus peace, with my peace,
Asking who want it, you got it, want it. That Brooklyn book, we on it. Can't you see? Hey, what's up, Raylan? Hey, what's up, Shotty? Come on, say.
Can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me.
Hey, come on. Wait a minute, say.
Ho.
Come on, say.
Ho.
If you're ready to have a party, come on.
Ready, unstoppable, it's the young mama. Ho.
I just want you to know.
Ho. Let you know.
It ain't where I've been.
It ain't where
Hey, give me that funk, that sweet, that nasty, that gushy stuff. Come on, give me that funk, that sweet, that nasty, that gushy stuff. Come on, say.
When the Whitney's in the system, ain't no telling when I'm fucking will I diss them. That's what they feeling. I'm up in my blood. How we make sure, how we chase some, how we play some, huh? Drunk on Chris, mommy on me. Can't keep a little model hands on me.
Charlotte, I need us to turn up. Come on. What's up?
Ordered another round.
It's about to go down. Hey! Hey, I need you up on your feet if you can stand. If you can stand, have a party with us. Might as well show Donald Trump he can't take our joy. We still gonna dance.
In the crib, ma. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
Oh, I know we got some people that can drop it.
Park it like it's hot.
Hey,
park it like it's hot.
What we got?
Park it like it's hot.
What we gonna do?
Pop it like it's hot. Pop it like it's hot. Pop it like it's hot. Got the rollie on my arm and I'm pouring Sean down and I'm all the best.
Cause I got it going on. Hey, hey, where the party at? Hey, Riz, I think the party's over here. What's up, y'all? It's a party in the middle. What's up? It's a party over here. I see it. Come on. Hey, yeah. Hope you're ready.
Hope you're ready for the next episode.
If you're proud to be black, make some noise. Let's go.
Ready for the next episode.
Let's go.
Smoke every day.
If you minding your business in 2025, make some noise. If you standing on business, make some noise. Hey, 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 hey. Now we gonna sing this oldie but goodie. Because we not gonna let nothing bring us down. Hey.
And in the midst of sorrow.
Say what?
You can see up when looking down.
A brighter
day tomorrow will bring.
Sing, sing it. You hear the what?
You hear the voice of reason.
What it saying? What it saying?
Telling you this can never be done.
Don't listen to that voice and think you can't do it.
Hard reality see.
What you gotta do? Say.
Just hold on to your dreams.
Kaya, what?
Don't give up, don't give in.
Although it seems you. Andy, what's up?
Long as you keep
Your head to the sky. Hey, you can win.
you can win.
You can do it in NAACP. Your head.
To the sky.
Hey, hey, you.
You win. As long as you keep your head to the sky.
Hey, huh.
Be optimistic.
Hey, say what?
Be optimistic.
So when they pass that bill that you don't really mess
Be
with,
optimistic.
hey, say.
Long as you keep your head to the sky. Keep your head to the sky.
Keep fighting the good fight, y'all. What?
Keep your head to the sky.
What do we do?
Be optimistic.
Make some noise if you love Jesus, y'all. This next song we want to do, we did it on America's Got Talent. It got us the Golden Buzzer winner. We want to dedicate this to all the good fight. And shout out to President Corinne Mack of the NAACP Charlotte president. I love you. Thank you so much.
Never meant to cause you any pain.
Sing it if you know it.
Only one time to see you laughing.
Only.
Only wanna see you laughing in the purple rain.
Sing.
Purple rain, purple rain.
gentlemen, welcome to the 116th NAACP National Convention. Please welcome Bishop Claude Alexander of the Park Church, who will deliver tonight's invocation.
May we pray. We've come this far by faith, leaning on the Lord, trusting in His holy word. He's never failed us yet. Oh, can't turn around. We've come this far by faith. Oh God, we come to you making that declaration because it has been by you that we have come this far. From the shores of West Africa to the shores of these United States of America. You brought us across the Middle Passage. You brought us to the shores of South Carolina and Virginia and Massachusetts and Maryland and Texas and Louisiana and Florida. You brought us through antebellum slavery and the Civil War and Reconstruction and then post-Reconstruction. You brought us through Jim Crow. You brought us through Plessy versus Ferguson and Dred Scott. We thank you, God, that we've come this far by faith. You're the one who gave us Brown versus Board of Education. You're the one who made the way, opened the doors, caused the floodgates to open. You are our God. And so, God, we come to you tonight because we need you again. We thank you, God, that there's nothing new to you. There's nothing strange or a surprise to you. We've been this way before. We've had segregationists. We've had presidents who wanted to turn the clock back before. We've had cowardly Supreme Courts. We've had demonic Congresses before. This is nothing new, and therefore it is nothing too hard for you, God. We come to you because we sense the fierce urgency of now. We hear our forebears who sang these words, must I be carried to the sky on cloudy beds of ease, while others fought to win the prize and sailed through bloody seas? No, sure I must fight if I would reign. Increase my courage, Lord. I'll bear the toil. I'll endure the pain supported by thy word. God, we're coming to you right now because we need you. We know you to be able. We ask you to forgive us for the times that we thought we could do it on our own. Forgive us for the times that we thought we didn't need each other. God, we know better now. We need you and we need each other. So we ask you to come right now. We ask you to make your presence known right now. We ask you, God, to allow your spirit to fall right now. Because, God, whatever plans we make, if there's no power, it will be of no avail. But we thank you, God, that you are the one who will give us power. You are the one who will give us revelation. You are the one who will fight the battle. And I hear you saying, this one is not yours to fight. Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, which I will fight for you, and you will hold your peace. So God, help us do our part, and we'll watch you do yours. And we'll give you the glory, we'll give you the honor, and we will give you the praise for all that you do during this time in our midst. We ask it for your glory and our good. Amen.
Please rise for the singing of the Black National Anthem, a lyric written by the first Black president of the NAACP, James Weldon Johnson. Lift every voice and sing.
track. Do the track that I gave you. Let's
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea.
Now with one great voice, let us sing this chorus together. Come on, everybody say sing.
Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught.
Come on, sing, Charlotte.
Sing
You know the NAACP. Yes.
full of the hope that the
Come on, sing. It's only just begun. Come on, now sing. Let us march on till victory. Now with one great voice, it's Thank you, Charlotte. Thank you, NAACP. We are the Saint and Trap Choir. I'm Dennis Reed. Thank you so much.
Please remain standing for the posting of colors. You may be seated. And now, representing the Detroit branch of the NAACP, please welcome the presiding officer of the convention, National Board Member, Golden Heritage Member, and the National Convention Chair, Mr. Michael Turner.
Fired up! Fired up! Fired up! Now I'm told there's some NAACP activists in the house tonight, and I'm about to find out because we about to do a roll call. Region 1, are you in the house? Region 2, are you in the house? My home, Region 3, are you in the house? Region 4, are you in the house? Region 6, are you in the house? Region 7, are you in the house? Now we are in the home of the mighty, mighty Region 5. Good evening. I'm Michael T. Turner, Chairman of the NAACP Convention Planning Committee and a member of the Board of Directors for the past 10 years. It's an honor to be here tonight and extend warm greetings to all the delegates and attendees of the 116th National NAACP Convention in Charlotte, North Carolina. We are gathered for this momentous occasion. We reflect on over a century of unwavering dedication by the NAACP to fight for civil rights, justice, and equality. Since its inception, this esteemed organization has been at the forefront of every significant battle for the advancement of Black Americans and marginalized communities, sharing the very fabric of our nation's pursuit of a more perfect union. We stand resolute in our mission, which is why this year's theme is the fierce urgency of now. Charlotte, a city rich in the history of progress, provides a fitting background for this convention. It is a place where the echoes of past struggle for civil rights resonate with ongoing efforts to build a more inclusive and equitable society. Your presence here signifies a renewed commitment to the principles of freedom, democracy, and human dignity that the NAACP has championed for generations. Now, I'd like to take a moment to express my gratitude to several individuals. First and foremost, I want to thank my co-chairs, Demar Roberts, Solor Steele, and Gia Gingrich, as well as the Convention Planning Committee. Please give them a round of applause. Now, this convention would not have been possible without the involvement of the Board of Directors, the Foundation Board, and the dedication of the national staff and the City of Charlotte. Thank you. And to our national events planning team, led by the incomparable Eric Sims and the tireless dedication of Takia Jefferson and Jocelyn Bino, I say thank you. Now, I also want to thank my new best friend, Mayor Lyles, and my Omega brother, Councilmember Mitchell, the NAACP Charlotte branch,
led by President Mack, and the NAACP State Conference, led by President Maxwell, and one of the finest sheriffs in the country, my guy, Sheriff McFadden. Thank you. Now, delegates, a very special thank you to my colleague on the National Board of Directors and Charlotte's own, Gigi Dixon and Lenny Springs. And the Blue Ribbon Committee, thank you for your tireless work in helping make this one of the best conventions we've had. Now, and finally, to my guiding light and my North Star. Last year, I just introduced her as my wife, and when I got back to the room, she said, you know, your wife got a name, and it's not wife. Please join me in welcoming my wife, Cheryl Turner. And my brother from another mother is here with us tonight, the NAACP's favorite son, the late Black Eagle, Joe Madison. We are joined by his son, my brother, Jason Madison. Now, when we last held this convention in Charlotte, the year was 1996. Medgar Evers was the chair. And a board of a group of college students and young activists led by Rosalind McAllister Brock demanded a meeting with Chairwoman to talk about young people and college involvement in the NAACP and this great association. Please join me in recognizing this activist who went on to be the youngest chairperson of our national board and now our chairman emeritus, my sister, Rosalind McAllister Brock, and her beautiful mother, Lady Simpson. You know, this convention is a little different this year. We lost a beacon, our NAACP North Star, my mentor, my friend, our mother, the one and only Dr. Hazel N. Dukes. She will be missed, but she is here tonight, and she's here every day with us, and she's saying, boy, keep it moving. Now, please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, delegates, our Vice Chair of the National Board of Directors and the Chair of the Image Award Committee, the incomparable Karen Boykin-Towns. But while she comes, as she's coming out, I call this 116th National NAACP Convention to order.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Mike, for that wonderful introduction. What a powerful moment it is to be here with you tonight. And I want to begin by acknowledging the extraordinary leaders who helped guide and govern our beloved organization. Chairman Leon Russell, President Derek Johnson, Chairman Emeritus Rosalind Brock, and my colleagues on the NAACP National Board of Directors, will you please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Next, let's recognize the members of our NAACP Foundation Board who tirelessly raise money to bring the vision for the association to life. Foundation Board members, would you please stand and be recognized? I'd like to take a point of personal privilege to thank my husband, Darrell Towns, for 30 years of marriage and for being here yet again. I love you so. And he does carry the bags. That's a joke from In the Hub. And all the parents here can relate how great it is when your children want to still hang out with you. I'm so glad our youngest daughter could be here for the first time in a few years, Trinity Towns. Our family is so excited to be in Charlotte. Our primary residence is in New York City, but we're blessed to have Charlotte as our second home. As a matter of fact, let me shout out our lovely Charlotte neighbors, Doris and Chester Lewis. Finally, the last few days have been incredible, seeing all of my sorors of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated here at our convention. I'd like to extend a special thank you to the sorors of Delta Zeta and Phi Smooth Zeta here in Charlotte. They worked with our youth and college division leaders to build freedom libraries to donate books to the community. But we appreciate each of the Divine Nine organizations and thank them for their partnership in the work we do together to protect and advance our communities. It's beautiful. So here we are again. When we last saw each other, it was the final lap of the election cycle. America was either going to go one way or another, and we know what happened. Today, as we speak, we are roughly 6 months into a new administration, and it's a lot. Our voting rights are being stripped and manipulated. Our history is under attack in classrooms and courthouses. Black people are being priced out of neighborhoods, policed more, and erased from history. Corporate DEI commitments have blown away in the political wind. Daily, new details shock us. Hourly, new headlines turn heads. Sometimes it seems as if we are pivoting into a historically new and disturbing direction at every moment. Like I said, it's a lot. We are all trying to find our way, push back where we can, offer resistance. As we gather here, let us not be discouraged. Instead, let us be disciplined, determined, and dangerous in our defense of Black life and Black dignity. Still, there's no denying it. This is a crucial moment in history. Democracy is under siege. For some, freedom is no longer a given. There is an ominous cloud of hate, hurt, pain, and peril in the air. This moment is urgent, fiercely urgent. Countless life-altering changes are happening all at once. They are happening right now. This is a dangerous time, but it is also an exciting time. Our political lives have never been more vibrant. Our individual voices are more important than ever, and our collective will is essential than ever. How we think and act right now is more critical than perhaps any other moment in our lifetimes. To make the most of this opportunity, however, we must understand the moment at hand. We must feel the urgency, the fierce urgency of now. We must commit to action every time you register a voter, show up to a school board meeting, testify at a hearing, or demand accountability from those in power. You are continuing the sacred work of liberation. They will not erase us from the textbooks. They will not silence us at the ballot box. They will not divide us with fears, lies, and false choices. Instead, over the next few days, we will focus ourselves, our partners, our allies, and our colleagues on specific goals and a broad mission. We have so many good examples of excellent stewardship to draw from. Only 10 days ago, we marked the centennial of Medgar Evers' birth. This one man, who deservedly is in the pantheon of NAACP legends, faced the fierce urgency of now in his day. And he looked evil directly in the eye each and every day and never blinked. He didn't back down. In the face of the fierce urgency, he was ferocious. Besides Medgar, there's another NAACP legend whose example should inspire us. Let me say a few words about the incomparable Dr. Hazel Nell Dukes. From her roots in Alabama to the legacy she built in New York, her life was a blueprint we should all study, admire, and emulate. She evolved from a young activist into a community organizer. She served our nation at the highest level, including being appointed by President Lyndon Johnson to help create the Head Start program. And of course, she worked in numerous roles right here at the NAACP, most famously as one of only 2 women to serve as national president. I admired Dr. Dukes for so many reasons. She was my mentor, my guardian angel, my friend. I love her and I miss her. I know we all do. This is our first convention without her. Please join me in a quiet reflection upon her life and legacy during this moment of silence. Thank you. We lost a great one when Ma Dukes made her transition on March 1st after 5 decades of service to the NAACP. One of her most remarkable achievements is that her vision extended beyond her lifetime. She understood the importance of transition in leadership. To ease the transition from her leadership to those who would follow her, she made sure that the New York State Conference had an executive director, which we'd never had before. Chris Alexander is here tonight. Please let's give him a round of applause. She also positioned my forever bride and mentee, Eljoy Williams, to be first vice president so she could smoothly ascend to president when the time came. Part of the fierce urgency of now is that we be mindful of how the work continues even when we are no longer here. Thank you, President Eljoy Williams, for your leadership. Now, all of us in leadership need to make sure that young people, the next generation, is at the table as we carry out our work so they can step up, lead, challenge us, push us. Hazel Dukes did that. I'm reminded of the words of the Apostle Paul in 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 7 and 8. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. Now there is in store for me the crown of righteousness. Hazel Dukes did all of that, and the association is stronger today because of her foresight. To ensure that we will never forget her, our National Board of Directors has renamed our Youth and Adult Activist of the Year Awards that had been presented at the NAACP Image Awards. The Dr. Hazel N. Dukes Activist Award will now be presented at conventions beginning next year in Chicago. This is one way we will ensure her legacy lives on. Now, Hazel Dukes may no longer walk among us, but her spirit is alive and well. We owe her. We must honor her as Black women and as an organization. We must finish our race with the power and dignity and unwavering commitment she showed us in her lifetime of service. To meet this obligation this afternoon at the WIN brunch, we announced a reset of WIN, Women in the NAACP. We are reimagining WIN and will look to grow beyond our annual celebratory brunch. We'll develop year-round programming to identify and nurture young women leaders and women leaders generally. We are reviving the old vision of WIN as a national network for Black women coast to coast. Through WIN, we will form a chorus of voices that will be heard in the global marketplace of ideas. Through WIN, we will see each other, support each other, and amplify each other on the major issues of our country is facing here and abroad. Through WIN, we will reclaim and expand the power of Black motherhood, sisterhood, and womanhood. We will pave the way for our daughters to lead in this nation and in this world for the rest of the 21st century. In this, we will not fail. We will win again and again and again. We will not shy away from the fight ahead under any circumstance. And as our President Derek Johnson put it so eloquently and succinctly at last year's convention, we are nonpartisan, but we're political as hell. Now I would add this, we have had enough of catching hell, now let's give them hell. So yes, I do feel the fierce urgency of now because the time is now. This convention is just not another gathering, it is our call to action. Let this be the moment we recommit to our ancestors who laid the path. To this organization, the oldest, the boldest, the most respected civil rights organization in the land. Let us not shrink. Let us stand united, unbought, unbossed, and ready. Ready to meet this moment, ready to defend our democracy because the time is not tomorrow, the time is not someday, the time is now. So let's rise together because history does not just remember those who showed up, it remembers those who showed up and showed all the way out. Let's be the way. Thank you so very much, and it is going to be a great convention week. And now, I'd like to bring forward a dear friend of the NAACP, a member of our foundation board. Please welcome the Managing Director of Values Partnership, Mr. Nicholas Wiggins.
Good evening, NAACP family. Good evening. It is such a pleasure to be with you here in Charlotte. I'm here tonight on behalf of STARS, the network and streaming service that continues to provide original series, hit movies, and bold storytelling. STARS is proud to once again be a sponsor of the NAACP convention and extends their heartfelt thank you to the NAACP for the continued support over the years. And we all know it's important to support those who support us. The STARS universe includes powerhouse talent like Patina Miller, who hosted the WIN Luncheon last year, NAACP Image Awards winners Michael Rainey Jr., Nico Anand, Method Man, and more. While they could not be here today, they send their regards and gratitude. STARS has consistently brought bold and entertaining narratives to our screens. Power Book 3, Raising Canaan, BMF, P-Valley, and so much more. Just wait until you see what's coming. And in times like these, we can all use a little good entertainment. STARS is shaking it up and nothing is off limits. Please take a look at the powerful stories waiting for you on the STARS app and coming to your screens this year. Here's a special message from STARS.
Yeah, we need to hit first and hit fast. Let's get down to business. Go! The grown-ups are talking. Okay. This is our world.
See it, touch it, obtain it.
A world with stories that make you feel alive and make you feel like you're part of something bigger. You loyal to your family? I'm loyal to mine. Legacy matters. Here, nothing is off limits. So put the kids to bed, because when the sun goes down, the stars come out.
All in, tell me if you want more. All in, back for the encore. All in, and you know we don't stop.
Changing the game all over again.
Stars. We're all adults here.
And now, from the 6th Congressional District of South Carolina, please welcome Representative James E. Clyburn.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me begin by thanking my longtime friend, chairman of the board, Leon Russell. He may not tell you this, but we have held a friendship now for more than 50 years. So don't believe him when he tells you how old he is. I want to thank him and Vice Chair Towns, as well as the other members of the board of the NAACP, for allowing me to be here with you today, most especially those two members from South Carolina, my longtime friend, Medgar Evers, and my fraternity brother, James Goldman. Thank you for your leadership on the national level as well as in South Carolina. I also want to thank my president, my state president, President Murphy. Thank you for being here and for your leadership over the years. I want to also thank the president of my Columbia chapter, President Glover. Thank you for being here as well. And my longtime friend, Lenny Springs, who has been around the NAACP not quite since 1909, but a very long time. Thank him as well. Now, I want to thank all of the convention planners for selecting the theme that you have selected for this year, the fierce urgency of now. As you may know, I do quite a bit of traveling. And last weekend, or weekend before last, I was up in Rhode Island. And a gentleman came up to me and asked, have you ever seen it like this before? And I said to him, no, I haven't. But that's only because I was not around back in 1876, when it was just like this before, when this country reacted to the presidency of Abraham Lincoln by destroying what became known as Reconstruction and putting in its place Jim Crow. It was just like this before. But our forebears did not have the level of education that so many of us have. They did not have the background that we now have. They did not have the history to learn from that we now have. And so things did not end well after that event. We now have the benefit of their experiences, of their history. We are responsible for making sure that we do not let the same thing happen this time that happened that time. Many of you may be a little bit like me and studied history. I studied religiously. I just finished and will be published later this year, my third book. And that book tells the story of the 8 African Americans that served in Congress from South Carolina before me. I'm the 9th. The problem is that there are 95 years between number 8 and number 9. We know why that happened. We have the benefit of the history of why that happened. And when he came to this country, way back before slavery was abolished, a man named Alexis de Tocqueville wrote that America is not great because she is more enlightened than any other nation, but rather because she has always been able to repair her faults. That's what makes this country great. And the NAACP, the NAACP, has always been about helping this country repair its faults. And that's what our job is today. We know what those faults are. We've got a great country. We don't need to make it great. We've got to figure out how to make the greatness of this country accessible and affordable for all of its citizens. That's what we are about. If it's health care, it must be made accessible and affordable. Education, energy, housing, whatever it is, our job is to make sure that it is accessible to everybody and affordable by everybody. And that's what we are about today. And so I'm pleased to be here today to join my colleague, Alma Adams, in welcoming you to the Carolinas. I know y'all are up north right now, but South Carolina joins North Carolina in welcoming you to this part of the world. But let me say as I close, this country is all about the pursuit of excellence. It's right there in the preamble of our Constitution. In order to pursue a more perfect union. That's what we're about. We know the country is not perfect. Nobody is perfect. No thing is perfect. But we must always be in pursuit of perfection. We are not going to allow anybody with any other agenda to turn the clock back. We will continue this pursuit, and the NAACP will be a part of helping this country fulfill its promise for being what it should be for all, not just for a few, but for all. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your great work. And I want to end by thanking all of you for making my life such an interesting pursuit. I've received a lot of acknowledgments in my life, but back in 2022, when you recognized me with your Spingarn Medal, it rounded out everything for me, and I want to once again thank you for it and let you know that for as long as I'm able, and I know 9 days from today, I'm going to celebrate the 46th anniversary of my 39th birthday. I've been around a long time, and I don't know how much longer I have, but I know this: I will always do what I can to prove that you did not make a mistake when you gave me that medal. Thank you, and Godspeed.
On behalf of the 12th Congressional District of North Carolina, please welcome Representative Alma Adams.
welcome to the Queen City. It is a pleasure indeed to join you for the 116th National Convention of the oldest, the most talked about, the most feared, and yes, the most revered civil rights organization in the world, the NAACP. I do bring you greetings on behalf of the 700,000+ citizens of the 12th Congressional District, of which I'm so privileged to represent, and you're in the 12th District right now. I do bring you greetings as well from the U.S. House of Representatives, and I want to thank Congressman Clyburn for his words and for being here. I bring you greetings from our Speaker of the House, our House Democrat leader, Hakeem Jeffries, soon to be the next Speaker. From Yvette Clarke, our chair of the CBC, and 62 members of the Congressional Black Caucus, and we're known as the conscience of the Congress. I greet you as well from the bipartisan, bicameral HBCU caucus and the Black Maternal Health Caucus. I'm still HBCU strong. And let me say to the 19th president of the NAACP, Derek Johnson, to the board chair, Leon Russell, thank you both for inviting me to be here today. And thank you for dedicating your lives to the careers of fighting for human and civil rights. And to my sisters in the struggle, Charlotte Mecklenburg NAACP Fearless President, Reverend Corinne Mack, as well as the first female president of the North Carolina NAACP, Deborah Maxwell. Thank you both for your service, and thank you to all of the elected officials and those who are trying to be, and those of you who may be serving and you're not elected, but listen, service is indeed the rent we pay for living on God's earth. And to each of you assembled here today for this critical convening of activists and advocates and leaders committed to the historic work of this organization, and I am a lifetime member twice, but thank you for embracing the realization of immediacy for such a time as this, when our country, our nation, and our community of color face the fierce urgency of now, and I mean right now. And the work to be done here in Charlotte by the NAACP over the next few days will help define where do we go from here. Not yesterday's past, not next week, but right now. Listen, you're in the right place at the right time, NAACP, because Charlotte is a place steeped in history and culture, defined by how it pushed our country forward. For 250 years ago, Charlotte held the signing of the Mecklenburg Declaration of Independence, making this the first place in the U.S. to declare independence from Great Britain and beginning the great American experiment. And during the Civil Rights Movement, the incredible HBCU Johnson C. Smith University hosted both Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X, who spoke to thousands here about the fight for our freedoms. And we've hosted some of the largest civil rights protests in the country during the Black Lives Matter movement and after the tragic deaths of Eric Garner and Michael Brown. But make no mistake, the road to civil rights proudly and boldly runs through Charlotte, North Carolina. And so the fight continues today at a time when our people face punitive, insensitive, cruel, and yes, downright damn abusive administration. And so as we continue carrying that torch today, remember the fierce urgency of now. It's not just a theme or a topic, and I know you're going to talk about it, but it's a call to action for right now, a serious mandate for each of us to not fall asleep on what's going on, but to be fully awake, and I say, let's stay woke. That's not a bad word, because they want us to sleep on it. But when Dr. King spoke at JCSU in 1966, he told us that we cannot wait until a more convenient season to fight for our freedoms like so many people were pushing us to do. And it appears at this unprecedented time in our history that this Trump administration wants to push us back to wait for their convenient season for our equality, our human and basic rights. We're determined. We're determined without a doubt. We're not waiting, and hell no, we're not going back. And so there will never be a convenient time to demand our rights, but we can't let the discomfort of others dictate our fight for equality and justice. Why? Because we can't afford to wait. There is a fierce urgency of now, and I say right now. You know, you've heard about the budget that recently passed in Congress that Republicans called the One Big Beautiful Bill. Well, there's nothing beautiful about it. It's really the One Big Ugly Bill Act. It's mean-spirited, it's cruel, and it's going to hurt a lot of beautiful people. But believe me, when I tell you that it's going to harm Black communities across this country, our country's future has been sold to fund tax breaks for billionaires. The least, the lost, and the left behind, as our leader Hakeem will say, they're going to be left behind. You know, stealing from the poor, giving to the rich, I call it Robin Hood in reverse. You know, this budget makes unprecedented cuts to SNAP. That's the largest cut to SNAP and food assistance in American history today. $300 billion from SNAP, adding harsh work requirements and forcing millions of people to lose their food security. When you think about it, 4 in 5 families right here in North Carolina receiving SNAP, they have either a child, a senior, or an adult with a disability in their household. And children are going to go hungry, and seniors are going to be less healthy, and people with disabilities, they're going to be forced to work, and single mothers won't be able to provide for their families. And while they're cutting food security, you know, they multitask. SNAP is only $6 a day. That's $6 a day. That's $2 a meal. They're taking nearly $1 trillion away from Medicaid. And that means that 17 million people will lose access to their health care. But you know, you can't be healthy if you're hungry. But we're facing that fierce urgency of now, right now. Cutting Medicaid, which is a lifeline, will also make the Black maternal health crisis in our state and nation even worse. Because right here, 65% of all births by Black women in North Carolina are covered by Medicaid. It is essential to combat the Black maternal health crisis. And education, it's under attack. Attempts to dismantle public education, decreasing Pell and making college less affordable, weakening protections for borrowers. That's going to hurt our students, especially those attending HBCUs, and it will impact the pipeline of Black professionals in education and healthcare and all of those that we have filled the national gaps. And so this administration wants to make college a privilege for the few, not a pathway for all, and they want to bury us in debt and call it opportunity. Well, we cannot, NAACP, we cannot let our communities go sick, go hungry, and not be able to build for the future. We face the fierce urgency of now, right now. And now is the time to come together to protect and empower our most vulnerable, because Washington's not going to do it for us. We've got to stand up, we've got to speak up, and you know what? Let's cut up too if we have to. Dr. King reminds us that people may not remember the words of their enemies, but they will remember the silence of their friends. And so we can't be silenced, folks. You know, it's all about power. And power, it's what makes the difference in lives and communities. But the first thing you have to understand about power and how to get it is that you don't ask somebody how to get it or where it is or can you have it. You take it, and once you've taken it, you use it. You know, we've got to use our power, NAACP, Remember the attacks on all of our communities as we go forward. Remember when we're knocking on those doors. Remember when we're making those phone calls, and doggone it, we must remember at the ballot box. And let's keep on planting the trees for progress for our future. Because somebody once said that a community can only grow great when old men and old women plant trees under which we know we will never sit. But we'll leave that shade for the young folks and all of the people who need that support coming behind. God bless you. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Josh Stein, and I'm honored to serve as Governor of North Carolina. I regret not being with you all in person, but I'm pleased to join you by video to welcome the NAACP to Charlotte, North Carolina. We are truly thankful that you've chosen to visit our state. I want to extend a special thanks to President and CEO Derek Johnson, Chairman Leon W. Russell, Vice Chair Karen Boynton Towns, and the NAACP Board of Directors for your leadership and dedication to promote human and civil rights. I also send greetings to my friend Deborah Dix Maxwell, President of the North Carolina NAACP, and her entire team. To all of our out-of-state visitors, welcome to North Carolina. We hope you enjoy your visit here and come back again soon. I'm a proud North Carolinian, thanks in no small part to the NAACP. Back in the mid-1960s, back when the NAACP and Legal Defense Fund were one organization, they awarded my father, Adam, a fellowship to join Julius Chambers and James Ferguson right here in Charlotte to form North Carolina's first integrated law firm. They won path-breaking civil rights victories in our nation's legal battle against discrimination and for equality, cases in school desegregation, employment non-discrimination, and voting rights. They never backed down from doing what was right, not even when someone firebombed their office and burned it to the ground. Chambers, Fergie, my dad are my heroes. They grounded me in our shared values of equality, justice, and opportunity. That's the promise of this country. If you work hard, where you come from should never limit how far you can go. And delivering on that promise is what drives me as governor. That means we need to grow our economy and make sure that it works for everyone. We need excellent public schools and well-paid teachers for our children and affordable child care for parents of our youngest. We need to close the racial gaps in health care, home ownership, criminal justice, and small business ownership. We must lower the cost of living for working families. We must protect our fundamental rights and liberties, including women's right to choose and everyone's right to vote. And we must embrace the diversity that strengthens this nation. That's why earlier this month, I vetoed 3 bills that our Republican General Assembly passed that sought to whitewash our history and our public institutions. We must learn from our history, both its good and its bad, to continue our pursuit of a more perfect union. This is a hard time for those of us who believe in the possibility of a government that works for people, who believe that all Americans should have a fair shot to participate in the promise of our nation. The work of so many over so many generations feels at risk. The future of our rights and of our democracy itself feels uncertain. But as we have discovered time and time again in our history, progress is not linear, it's not permanent, it is certainly not easy. No, the hard work of winning progress falls afresh to each generation. Now it falls to us. I am so grateful to the NAACP for its readiness to do this hard work. I appreciate each of you and what you all are doing for our country. And as a proud lifetime member of the Raleigh Apex NAACP branch, I'm honored to walk arm in arm with you. So let's do it. Let's get to work. But first, I hope you all have an inspiring and meaningful 116th convention. All the best.
Please welcome the CEO of Duke Energy Carolinas, Kojo Garti Tego.
Good evening. On behalf of Duke Energy Corporation, it is my great honor to welcome you all to Charlotte, North Carolina for the 116th National Convention of the NAACP. Not only is Charlotte home to our company's headquarters, it is also an important hub of culture and opportunity. As we look toward the future, Duke Energy is focused on empowering communities we serve as they continue to grow and energy demand rises. Much of this opportunity is driven by economic development and population growth. For example, Charlotte is one of the fastest growing cities in America, with 117 new residents moving here each day. Meeting this moment means ensuring we can provide the reliable service our communities need while keeping costs as low as possible. We are executing a bold strategy to expand capacity and enable new functionality for the electric grid to serve these increased demands. And we're not just investing in the electric grid, we're investing in people as well. We maintain strong ties to the communities we serve to ensure all voices are heard through transparent and open communication. This is central to our values and to the success of our company. We also believe an empowered workplace makes us a stronger company and provides a competitive advantage for connecting with the ever-changing needs of our customers. That's why we work closely with HBCUs and other institutions to support workforce development. A strong future is one built together, working side by side. And so we are honored to be part of this event, and we truly believe there's no better place for it than in Charlotte, a city shaped by its diversity and strengthened by collaboration. We look forward to many years of continued partnership with the leaders represented here today from across the states that we serve. Thank you for coming to Charlotte. We wish you a productive and inspiring convention. And again, on behalf of Duke Energy, we welcome you to our fine city. Thank you.
And now please welcome the president of the Charlotte-Mecklenburg branch of the NAACP, the Reverend Corinne Mack.
NAACP, friends and family, thank you for coming here today. Thank you for gathering, understanding the critical time we are all in. The NAACP has been in the forefront of this struggle for human and civil rights for over 116 years. That means they have some expertise in dealing with the spirit of darkness. And yes, we are dealing with the spirit of darkness. But we know that light dismantles and destroys darkness, and we are the light. Every person in this room has a responsibility. God has gifted us each for such a time as this. Yes, we are in the fierce urgency of now because of the level of attacks, not only on us, but our children and our children's children. We are asking you to be committed to the struggle, to bring your gifts to the table, to be willing to lay down your personal feelings, to get back to communal concept and thinking, to begin to move in the spirit of love, just as we've done over the course of the last 100 years, understanding that each of us have a responsibility to do our part. We must stand up and speak up. We must step forward and sometimes, yes, step back. Understanding that the enemy does not win when we stay the course, when we work together, when we love each other, when we understand that fear is part of our humanity, but we move through our fear to victory. This organization is standing ready, prepared, organized, and focused to create a strategic plan to ensure that we all win. Not some of us, but all of us. Because the injury to one is an injury to all. Let us not forget. Let's not forget those who sacrifice so that we could have a better life. And now it's our turn. To the young people who have been here all week, who may be seated in this audience tonight, you are the leaders of today. Step up. Step up. Step up. Because every great movement was led by both young and old. God is not a respecter of persons, and neither are we. We love you all. And love must be the foundation of this work. So when we see this dark, insidious spirit of racism and of hate, don't be distracted. Know that we have a responsibility to change the very course of this country when we stand up, when we speak up, and when we understand who and whose we are. Because God is in control of all things. And I promise you, He's just simply waiting for us to walk in the manifestation of victory. Victory is there right before us, but we must do the work. And so I want to ask you a question. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's do this. NAACP for life. God bless you.
And now, here's a special message from the 45th Sheriff of Mecklenburg County, Sheriff Gary L. McFadden.
Hi, my name is Gary McFadden. I'm the 45th Sheriff of Mecklenburg County and the first African-American Sheriff of Mecklenburg County. I want to welcome each and every one of you to my city, my county of 1.2 million. But most of all, I want to welcome you as my family. You all raised me in Region 5, and never forget that. But let me tell you this. Me and my staff will make sure that you are safe in my city and you are secure. But most of all, we love you, we welcome you, and we want you to come back. But let me say this. I love you. God bless you. Enjoy this convention.
You're fun, so what better man to pop my dating cherry? Oh my God.
Beyond the Gates. It's a CBS Super Soapy Summer.
Do you want to have some fun?
I hate missing it. Chelsea's in love.
You were totally checking me out.
Danny's in lust.
Let me show you what a creative man I can be.
Nicole's just pissed off.
Leave my family alone.
Martin.
Go!
Martin's still a little lost.
What do you want? Just to watch you squirt.
Maybe we should just come clean.
Don't you dare.
You are playing with fire.
Hell was made for people like you, Leslie. Enjoy the burn.
Beyond the Gates, new CBS weekdays and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Isn't that fire? Yes. Good evening, NAACP family. I'm Abba Blankson. I'm the Chief Marketing and Communications Officer. Y'all, we are making history. Beyond the Gates is the first Black-led daytime drama on network television. And it's all possible because of a groundbreaking partnership between the NAACP, CBS Studios, and Procter & Gamble Studios. It's fresh, it's fearless, and it's rooted in our stories. You've heard all the buzz, you've seen the headlines, you've just watched the trailer, and now it's time to see it for yourself. And so I'm asking you to watch it with us on CBS daily, 2 p.m. You can also catch it when you binge all your shows on Paramount. Follow the lives of the Fairmount Crest crew on screen and behind the scenes. We're dropping exclusive footage, cast interviews, and sneak peeks you won't get anywhere else. And yes, we have a major, major, major announcement coming. So follow at NAACP on all platforms to be the first to know. You can scan the QR code or text GATES to 20707 to stay connected. You don't want to miss what is next. It is juicy, juicy, juicy. Now I'd like to welcome my friend and colleague to the stage, Ms. Iris Sims, NAACP Chief of Staff.
Good evening. Tonight, I stand with Chairman Leon W. Russell and Vice Chair Karen Boykin-Towns to celebrate some truly remarkable members of our team who have each dedicated 20 to 45 years of unwavering service to the NAACP. This employee recognition acknowledges their exceptional contributions, leadership, and steadfast commitment to advancing equality and justice within our organization and the broader community. Known as our legal eagle, the first honoree is Victor Good. He celebrated 20 years of service with the NAACP and was our Associate General Counsel. Notably, he led legal redress committees in Austin, Toledo, and the Texas NAACP. Notably, securing a $4,000 FCC fine against a radio station for live on-air harassment. He also served as interim education director and contributed to policy reforms in Maryland's juvenile detention system and Baltimore County fair housing. Congratulations, Victor, for your dedication to meaningful legal change. Our next honoree may surprise you. He's a bit of a celebrity. Featured on the cover of Crisis magazine, Hillary O. Shelton was our man on the Hill. He's known for greeting everyone with a bright smile and these iconic, "Hey, my sister," and "Hey, my brother." In 1997, NAACP President and CEO Kwesi Mfume appointed Hillary to lead the Washington Bureau, the nation's oldest lobbying office. He took charge with expertise, tirelessly working to pass key legislation. For 28 years, Hillary served the NAACP with passion, wisdom, and love. We are grateful for his dedicated service, friendship, and unwavering commitment. Unfortunately, Hillary had some travel challenges today and could not be with us, but we certainly hope you join us in honoring him tonight. Sean Ward Dunlap, the membership whisperer. is being honored by the NAACP for 31 years of heartfelt service. She views her role as a privileged seat, exemplified by her commitment even during the organization's financial challenges in the 1990s. After working in our finance division, Sean found her true passion in membership services, where her warmth and genuine care fostered lifelong connections, including reuniting military friends through their work, her exceptional problem solving, leadership in CRM positions, and her dedication to supporting members in chapters have greatly strengthened the organization. Sean has always worked with purpose. We thank her for making everyone like family and for her unwavering dedication. Barbara Brown. Barbara is being honored for 39 years of dedicated service. She was often seen walking through the halls at 4805 with a stern look and that beautiful silver hair. She started in administration and finance under COO Howard Henderson, then transitioned to event planning under Anna Aponte Curtis. In 2010, she became the executive assistant to the chairman emeritus, Rosalind Brock, sharing a special friendship with her, and later served Chairman Leon Russell. For the past 15 years, her dedication has kept our board and foundation running smoothly, handling requests with professionalism and a cool head. Barbara, we deeply appreciate your 39 years of service to the NAACP. And now, our longest standing employee being recognized today is Paula Brown Edmay. Over the years, she advanced through key roles, including Regional Director, Vice President of Field Operations, Director of Corporate Relations, and Vice President of Strategic Planning and Partnerships. Her deep knowledge of the NAACP's governance and bylaws has played a crucial role in ensuring the organization adheres to its foundational principles, earning her the nickname Miss Constitution. She is being honored tonight as a testament to her extraordinary contributions and her legacy as a phenomenal woman and leader who continues to inspire generations. Let's give each of our honorees a round of applause and appreciation for their dedication and commitment to the NAACP. Next, I'd like to welcome a distinguished member of our NAACP Board of Directors, Reverend Teresa Deere, joined by Rena Evers Everett, daughter of Medgar Wiley Evers and Merle Evers Williams.
Thank you, Eris, and congratulations to the long-term employees. We're here now to present the Medgar Evers Awards. These awards honor one of the greatest legends in American history, Medgar Evers. If you don't know who Medgar Evers is, somebody say is, Google him, please. Medgar was the first field officer for the NAACP in the state of Mississippi, one of the fiercest battlegrounds in the fight for civil rights. Medgar led with a fearless heart, unstoppable energy, and the gentle spirit of a great leader. Medgar would be 100 years old this year. You can applaud right there. He would have been 100 years old had he not been felled by an assassin's bullet. His spirit lives now and forever in the hearts and hands of hardworking members of the association who we see and admire every day. From this moment on, when we honor them, we will do so in the name of Medgar Evers. It's our pleasure to present the Medgar Evers Awards to 3 worthy recipients. Please join me in honoring the first Medgar Evers Administrator of the Year, Christian Tolentino. This is the first Administrative Medgar Evers Award, known as a reporting wizard. Somebody say reporting wizard. Christian creates high-quality dashboards and analytics that support the national teams, state conferences, and branches effectively. His dedication to service, professionalism, and adaptability make him a trusted and reliable colleague, embodying excellence and teamwork in every task he undertakes. Congratulations, Christian.
Thank you. I am honored to receive the Medgar Evers Awards. It's been 5 years since I joined the NAACP. I did not expect to earn this award this early, but I am thankful. I am thankful to my family, friends, my team was always there to support me. We call ourselves the super team of the field and membership, so thank you.
That thing.
The next award goes to Senior Manager of Creative Design in the Marketing and Communications Department, Sharday Scott. Sharday is a great manager whose work on the front line evokes memories of Medgar Evers and whose excellence in the field carries on his legacy of getting the job done. Congratulations.
Good evening, everyone. I want to take this moment to express my heartfelt gratitude. First, I would like to thank God for bestowing upon me these creative talents. We all have our role to play in this association, and I'm very blessed that this is mine. I would like to express my sincere appreciation for this historic organization, for the legacy of Medgar Evers, and to my fellow colleagues for seeing both me and my work. A special shout out to Combs. And lastly, I would like to thank my incredible family for their unwavering love and support. I dedicate this achievement to my daughter, Ava. I love you dearly. Thank you.
Our final honoree is a leader whose bold style carries on the NAACP tradition established by Medgar Evers. The first Medgar Evers Executive of the Year is Takia Jefferson. Takia Jefferson is Senior Vice President of the Executive Office, known for her strategic mindset, operational efficiency, and unwavering commitment to civil rights. She has transformed internal processes, led critical initiatives, and overseen major events such as the National Convention, achieving significant budget savings. And she is just an amazing person to work with. Amen? I know that because she supports the Religious Affairs Committee. Amen. Takia's leadership is rooted in the NAACP's legacy, bridging internal strategy with external advocacy while earning the respect and admiration of colleagues, partners, and senior leadership alike. Congratulations, Takia Jefferson.
Thank you so much. You can kill a man, but you can't kill an idea. Medgar Wiley Evers dedicated his life to the fight for freedom, not only in his native Mississippi, but across the nation. As the first NAACP field director for the state, he stood boldly on the front lines of truth, justice, and civil rights, even as those lines became targets. His steadfast courage in the face of relentlessness, threats, endeared him to fellow NAACP members and liberty lovers everywhere. To receive the Medgar Wiley Evers Award of Excellence is an honor I never imagined, but one I accept with deep humility and a full heart. This award is not about titles or job descriptions. This award is about consistency, purpose, and people. It's about what we choose to stand for, especially when no one's watching. I want to take this moment to thank my family and the people who helped arrive me at this moment, not just professionally, but personally. First, to Jamal Watkins. You brought me to this association at a time when I was making a pivot and didn't know what was next. You said, friend, come on over here and work on the 2020 Civic Engagement Campaign with me. We're going to have a great time. I'm forever grateful to you. To Dominic Whitehead, Chief of Field and Membership, and my very first supervisor. Thank you for your guidance, truth-telling, your standard of excellence, and your example. To Amber Thomas, Senior Vice President of Operations and Effectiveness. Thank you for giving me the space to build, to dream, and to implement the project management team within the NAACP. You trusted me with something big, and I'm grateful every day for that chance. To Denise Carroll, our COO and CTO, I'll never forget what you said to me at the May 2023 board meeting. You said, it's your turn to be out there. How can I help you get there? Your encouragement, gave me wings. Your support gave me direction. To the project management team, the first team I led, thank you for following me on every crazy idea, for every pivot, and every late night. You inspired me to be the best leader I can be. To the events, AXO, and convention and executive office teams, to work in partnership with you means I must be doing something right. Thank you for your collaboration, your trust, and your shared vision. And lastly, to my leader, Iris Sims, Chief of Staff. Thank you for riding for me, pushing me, and always reminding me to do all the things. Your leadership is fierce, grounded, and real. You make me better. Congratulations to my fellow colleagues, Sade Scott, and my birthday twin, Christian Tolentino. I am humbled to be in great company with individuals who have such work ethic, creativity, and dedication to our mission. This award is for all of us, for the dreamers and the doers, for the strategists and the executors, for the ones behind the scenes grinding, keeping this organization moving forward. I accept this honor of Medgar Evers in memory of his sacrifice and in the spirit of every NAACP staffer who believes in the power of the mission. Let's keep advancing together.
Please welcome National Board of Directors member, the Reverend Dr. Amos C. Brown.
Good evening to everyone. It is my honor to be with you this evening to introduce a most distinguished leader, someone who has made a lasting mark on the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, and been an instrument of change in our nation, a nation that today is in a state of crisis unlike any we've seen in our lifetimes. My brothers and sisters, in the Old Testament book of Chronicles, we read about the sons of Issachar. Leaders who led at a time when the nation of Israel faced a grave crisis. According to that book, they were men that had understanding of the times and knew what time their nation must do the right thing, and had the ability to inspire their kinspersons to follow them and meet the challenge. My brothers and sisters, in every age, we find people like this who understand the times, the crisis, and the path forward, who are chosen by God to meet these existential challenges. They think, they pray, and act to lead their people through the crisis. This is what great leaders do when they're called upon. And I submit to you that our chairperson, Leon W. Russell, is exactly that kind of a leader, a son of Issachar that we need in these times, that we are fortunate to have in our nation as we face our existential crisis. I don't know about you, but my read of the history is that we are in a hellhole in America. But we thank God we have the right person who has led for 35 years as chairperson. Chairman Russell has answered the call as a member of the NAACP Board of Directors. And as the chair of this distinguished body for the past 8 years, he's devoted his professional career in the past to public service as the director of the Office of Human Rights for Pinellas County in Florida. And he has served in leadership roles in the International City Management Association, the National Forum for Black Public Administration, and the National Association for Human Rights Workers, among others. I have had the good fortune to work alongside him for many years, and I have witnessed the results of his leadership, his courage, insight, driven by unshakable belief in the essential importance of human rights. He has always been that man with the understanding of the times and with the ability to inspire people to follow his lead, because he has always brought 4 essential W's to his work. First, he is wise. He is a critical thinker who uses his head for more than a hat rack. He thinks with a deep understanding of the people's needs and how to solve their problems. Secondly, he is warm. He has a genuine affection for people and relishes engaging with them, in embracing them and loving them and not using them. Thirdly, he is witty. Despite the seriousness of the times, he's able to break the tensions that might otherwise create fear and instead not bring about resolution. Fourth, he is a worker. Oh yes, he's not someone who seeks a leadership role, for it is for his own sake, but he's rather a person who works and works for fruits. And his slogan is, if a task is once begun, never leave it till it's done. Be the labor great or small. Do it well or not at all. All of these traits add up to a fifth and most important W. He is worthy not only of his position, he's worthy of being our chairperson. He's worthy, for he served with grace. He served with dignity. He served with honor. And thanks be to God, I present him to you. He is the man who's called to lead us, so the day will come when all of God's children will be able to say, I'm black and I'm proud. I'm brown and I'm sound. I'm yellow and I'm mellow. I'm red, but I ain't dead. I'm white, but I'm all right. I'm a woman, but I'm wise. I am gay, but I'm godly. I'm straight, but I'm sensible. I'm an immigrant, but I'm industrious. Thank God we have a man to lead us to our best nature. God bless you. I present to you our chairperson, Leon W. Russell, chairman of the board of directors.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you, Doc. Thank you, Doc. All right. Hang right here for a minute. Hang right here for a minute. I want to thank Reverend Dr. Amos Cleophas Brown for that more than generous introduction. But I also want to congratulate Dr. Brown, because after serving for 49 years as pastor of Third Baptist Church of San Francisco, 2 weeks ago, I attended his designation service as emeritus pastor. And let me tell you, NAACP, yes, we love Dr. Brown, but Third Baptist Church loves him much more. Thank you. Thank you. Before I get to the reason that I'm behind this podium, I want to thank some folks. I want to begin by thanking the mayor of the city of Charlotte, Vi Lyles. I want to thank Mecklenburg County for hosting us. I want to thank our hardworking staff, all of the volunteers who have committed to this convention. I want to thank the members of the National Board of Directors. I want to thank the Charlotte branch of the NAACP and the North Carolina State Conference. I want to thank the Blue Ribbon Committee and all of our sponsors who have done so much to bring this experience to life. And I want to thank you, our members, because you are the power that gets this great work done. I also want to take time to recognize someone very dear to this association. I want to ask Pamela Horowitz to stand and wave. Pam is the widow of former chairman Julian Bond. She's been around us for a long time, and we're so happy that she's joined us this evening. It's good to see you, Pam. I also want to thank my very good friend, James E. Clyburn, for being with us tonight, Bobby Scott, Alma Adams. It's important to have leaders of their caliber in our house. So we're gathered this evening under the theme, the fierce urgency
of now. But I always begin this way. God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, thou who has brought us thus far on our way, thou who has by thy might led us into the light, keep us in the path, we pray. This evening, we convene in the city of Charlotte, North Carolina, at a time when our nation has just celebrated the 249th anniversary of its founding. We convene 125 years after the convening of the Niagara Movement on the Canadian side of the Niagara River in Fort Erie, Ontario, Canada. The Niagara Movement, convened by a multiracial group of citizens of the United States, convened in response to the Springfield riots, which saw Black citizens in the capital city of the state of Illinois, home to President Lincoln, massacred as a result of racial hate and a perpetuation of a lie. The Niagara Movement led to the call, and if you don't know what the call is, look it up, and the formation 116 years ago in February of 1909 of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. Now, Jim Clyburn, I'm going to do a little history teaching now. In 1776, our primary membership was officially considered only 3/5 of a human. We were destined to be traded as a commodity, treated as property, and denied the rights and privileges of citizenship provided in the very documents that formed the foundation of this nation. And so, as we gather here in Charlotte, I am duty-bound to remind you that the fate of Africans in America has always been a major part of the history of the development of this country. That history includes the 3/5 Compromise, which determined how enslaved people, Black folk, would be counted for representation and taxation purposes. An argument that took place in 1787 as the Constitution was being formulated by the founders. That history, Black history, continued in 1807 as the new Congress argued the issue of the enslavement of Africans. Then, international slave trade was banned in the United States by passage of an act prohibiting the importation of slaves, which took effect on January 1st, 1808. Black history. But it's also American history. That continued to be made when the 31st United States Congress debated the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850, when the legislative body was split between southern slaveholding states and northern free soilers who opposed the continued growth of slavery into the new territories as westward expansion saw the nation extending its boundaries. Our nation's abhorrent history on the subjugation of human beings was exacerbated when, in 1857, Dred Scott dared to stand in a St. Louis, Missouri courthouse and sue for the freedom of himself and his wife, Harriet. It can justifiably be argued that the Supreme Court ruling in their case was the most heinous ruling ever made by a United States Supreme Court, at least until we arrived at the Roberts Court. Black history, slavery was debated by Abraham Lincoln and Stephen Douglas in their Illinois Senate debates in 1858 and continued in their 1860 presidential debates. Those who argue that the Civil War was not about slavery need to go back and read the Articles of Secession adopted by those southern states following Lincoln's successful election. Those articles leave no doubt about what the carnage that some call the war between the states was all about. Lincoln's 1863 Emancipation Proclamation clearly recognized the enslavement of Africans in the United States as the pivotal issue of the war by offering the southern states an off-ramp if they would renounce secession and cease all hostility against the Union by January 1st, 1863. And even as Lee surrendered his sword at the Appomattox Courthouse on April 9th, 1865, we have to acknowledge that the legal enslavement of Africans in America did not end in all states and territories of the United States until the 13th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, which had been passed by Congress on January 31st, 1865, was ratified finally on December 6th, 1865. So even then, I remind you that the history of the United States is replete with the stories of Africans in America asserting their constitutional rights. From the post-Civil War Reconstruction era through the Jim Crow era, I remind you that the United States Supreme Court has often been given the opportunity to help make this a more perfect union, including that day in 1892 when Homer Plessy, a black man, dared sit in a whites-only train car in Louisiana. That court declared that racial segregation was legal under the doctrine they created, called separate but equal. They said it was constitutional, and they said it was justified when they ruled on the case in May of 1896. American history, full of examples of black people fighting efforts that branded us as second-class citizens and fighting against court cases that ruled that black people had no rights that a white man need respect. The history of these United States of America included denial of basic rights, including the right to vote. It includes a history of lynching and other extrajudicial experiences across the nation aimed at keeping black people, us, in their place. And so, it was 125 years ago, after that race riot in Springfield, that a group from all racial, cultural, and religious backgrounds joined together in Fort Erie, Ontario, Canada, to try and figure out how to deal with the question of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Sound familiar? As the nation moved forward, the call and that history and that movement finally gave birth on February 12, 1909, to the founding in the state of New York of this National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. Our founders stepped up to deal with the fierce urgency of the early 20th century with respect to the question of civil rights and social justice. They created the nation's premier civil rights and social justice advocacy organization, the NAACP. This old ship of Zion has been on the battlefield for 116 years. And so the question facing us tonight, facing the NAACP, facing the nation as a whole on July 13th, 2025, is how will we respond to the fierce urgency of now? From the time this association was incorporated, our mission has been to achieve equity, political rights, and social inclusion by advancing policies and practices that expand human and civil rights, eliminate discrimination, and accelerate the well-being, education, and economic security of Black people and all persons of color. The past 116 years has been a constant struggle to ensure that the promises of the Constitution and the benefits of being a citizen of the United States accrue to Americans of African descent, and by application to everyone who becomes a part of this unique experience. Our primary effort at the beginning was to work within the existing legal paradigm. The effort was to make sure that government provided equal access to education, public services, and the ability to vote. Post-Civil War Reconstruction had demonstrated that given the opportunity to vote, Black people would and could represent their communities in elected office and as effective, successful civil servants. The removal of federal troops from the South following the Tilden-Hayes Compromise saw the right to vote being taken away and the civil service being purged of Black participation. Ironically, free public education was a post-Civil War innovation advocated by newly elected Black legislators. At the founding of the NAACP, the education of Black children was actually illegal in some jurisdictions. When education was provided, there was never equal facilities, equal quality, or equal support. Lynching was an extrajudicial form of unequal justice, and housing was legally segregated. Access to capital was non-existent. The criminal justice system never provided due process and never involved justice. These were the challenges the association was faced with at its inception. The first 116 years of our organizational history has been fighting the injustice and discrimination I just described. We fought for equal facilities, equal access, and equal opportunity. We fought for Black people to be included in every facet of public life in the nation, and we fought to ensure that Black people benefited from the fruits of our labor. In this 7th month of 2025, our nation seems to find itself in an existential crisis. Today, I want to define that for you. We have people in the highest office of government who appear to be confused about the constitutional concept of citizenship. Those who are paying attention, particularly Black and brown people, women, the LGBTQ community, and anyone concerned about the future of this nation are suffering feelings of anxiety. There's a general feeling of dread about the direction of the nation, and people are questioning the meaning of this 249-year exploration of a citizen-led democracy. In general, people are unsettled about the kind of country we want to be. This existential crisis began in earnest on January 20th of this year. However, in truth, it had been festering for more than a year. It was triggered, quite frankly, by one man's thirst for power and revenge. But more importantly, it was and is aided and abetted by racism, bigotry, mean-spiritedness, and downright cruelty. In the past 160 days, the nation has moved from a country built and operated on a system of laws debated and determined by active citizen input, legislative debate, and judicial scrutiny to a new system of one-man fiats and declarations in the form of hundreds of executive orders that attempt to dismantle years of settled law, that unilaterally seek to amend and reinterpret the Constitution, and that upend our understanding of the phrase, "in the common good," changed it to mean in his personal interest. This one-man-induced crisis of national conscience has seen the United States Congress abdicate its role as a policy-creating body, and the Supreme Court has become a parroting lapdog giving deference to a megalomaniac intent upon turning the nation from a representative democracy into an authoritarian dictatorship. In short, we have become a nation that must decide if we will engage in a struggle to retain and strengthen the republic, whether we will work to advance civil and human rights, whether we will abdicate our role as active citizens advocating for a more perfect union, or whether we will be a nation of subjects, relegated to kowtowing to an all-powerful leader who is intent on one-man rule that benefits only the wealthy. Tonight, we at the NAACP recognize the fierce urgency of now. We are aware of the nation's drift into existential crisis. So I came by tonight to say to you that this NAACP has a long history of fighting against the tide of hate and bigotry. This NAACP renews its charter as the nation's most vocal advocate for the rights of Black people and of all people to be active participants in and beneficiaries of this 249-year-old experiment in representative democracy. We come to Charlotte this week to chart a course that protects the civil rights and social justice gains hard fought and won over the past 116 years. I stand before you this evening with two questions. I want to remind you of civil rights and social justice advocate Fannie Lou Hamer, who famously said, "I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired." And so I ask you, are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Will you stand with the NAACP in this struggle? Will you be focused on our vision of an inclusive society where equity is the rule and where diversity is recognized? valued, and seen as a resource. Now is the time. Will you stand with the NAACP tonight and declare that there will be no kings here, no emperors here, no dictators here? Now is the time. Will you stand with the NAACP tonight and declare that we will not be a nation defeated by otherism, but that we will be a nation fiercely committed to be one nation under a higher power, hewed together from many nationalities into the true meaning of the Latin, e pluribus unum, from many one, into that nation we aspire to be. Now is the time. One nation under God, no matter how you worship, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now is the time. Will you stand with the NAACP tonight? Now is the time. Will you stand with us tonight, focused on our mission to create an inclusive society? Now is definitely the time. Will you be fierce in your determination to build an inclusive society? Now is the time. Will you commit with a sense of urgency to advancing our vision and our mission? Now is the time. Will you stand with us tonight, fiercely committed to urgently march on until victory is won? Now is the time. Will you stand? Will you stand with the NAACP? It is our time to make a difference. Peace and power.
Please welcome the Special Assistant to the NAACP General Counsel, Lanita Ross.
Good evening, NAACP. I will be reading the credentials report for the 116th NAACP Convention as of Sunday, July 13, 2025. Region 1, adult alternates, 11. Delegates, 118. Total, 129. Youth alternates, 7. Delegates, 34. Total, 41. Total by region, 170. Region 2 adult alternates, 43. Delegates, 282. Total, 325. Youth, 15. Alternates, 39 delegates. Total, 54. Count by region, 379. Region 3 adult alternates, 14. Delegates, 215. Total, 229. Youth alternates, 12. Delegates, 55. Total, 67. Count by region, 296. Region 4 alternates, 6. Delegates, 40. Total, 46. Youth alternate, 0. Delegates, 2. Total, 2. Count by region, 48. Region 5 adult alternates, 72. Delegates, 460. total 532. Youth alternates 17, delegates 56, total 73, count by region 605. Region 6 adult alternates 5, delegates 89, total 94. Youth alternates 2, delegates 10, total 12, count by region 106. Region 7, 10 alternates, 126 delegates, total 136. Youth alternates 13, delegates 26, total 39. Count by region 175. Adult at large, alternates 2, delegates 5, total 7. Youth alternates 2, delegates 11, total 13. And there's an independent at-large total of 105 delegates. Grand total, alternates 231, delegates 1,673. Grand total, all regions 1,904. Please accept this credentials report. Thank you.
Please welcome a member of the National Board of Directors, Reverend David Walker.
The Constitution of the Association provides that each year delegates at every convention elect one member to the National Board of Directors pursuant to the Constitution, Article 4, Section 12A. A member in good standing may be nominated by the board, provided said member is present at the convention and present to the chairman of the annual election supervisory committee a signed candidate form signifying his or her willingness to run and, if elected, to serve. The candidate consent form must be endorsed by at least 7 members in good standing within the association. Consent forms are available, and we will ask staff and any member of the election supervisory committee that may be present to come and stand down front. Those forms are available until 7:30 or until the benediction tonight. Forms will also be available tomorrow morning at each regional meeting. Consent form must be submitted no later than 10 a.m. on Monday morning. That's when the long hand is on 12 and the short hand is on 10. That's 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. The election supervisory committee members will be at the podium in front tomorrow morning to receive consent forms and petitions. Delegate will cast ballots for candidates on Tuesday, July the 15th from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. And delegate must have their badge in order to vote. Ballots will be sent to all delegates with their electronic device. If you are not able to vote from your cell phone or laptop, then computer will be provided at the back of the hall during the resolution. Certification of election will be conducted by the Election Supervisory Committee. Now, please, as we prepare to leave, again, the members of the committee and staff is standing down front if you would like a petition in order to declare yourself a candidate for the National Board of Directors.
And now, to deliver our benediction, please welcome Bishop Marvin Thompson of the Religious Affairs Committee.
Let us receive the benediction. Beloved, as we go forth from our time together in this space, I implore you to go in peace, but be restless in your peace. Restless until now is not a fierce urgency. Restless until justice is not confined to what we quote. Restless until justice is on the move in real time, rolling down like waters. Restless until righteousness is indeed a mighty moving stream. Restless until diversity, equity, and inclusion are not what unites us rather than what divides us. Restless with the assurance of the one who grants us peace, love, and comfort for the journey, goes before us to lead us, beside us to guide us, and beneath us to uphold us. Therefore, my beloved, go in peace. Amen. Amen.
Thank you for your kind attention. That concludes this evening's event. Join us tomorrow morning for our Monday plenary. Enjoy the remainder of the 116th NAACP National Convention safely and respectfully. Peace and power. Good night.
At Optus Bank, we believe that everyone deserves a fair shot at financial success, no matter where you come from. For over 100 years, we've invested in the people, not just profits, delivering capital, education, and opportunities to help community rise. At Optus Bank, we're banking on communities through innovation, impact, and economic empowerment.
It wasn't just about banking with M&F. It was about them understanding me as a business owner. They took the time to listen and really understand how they could help me grow. And that's something I really value.
M&F Bank, empowering growth. Start today.
I didn't know one thing about the number side of running a business, but M&F Bank was so patient with me. They walked me through everything step by step.
M&F Bank, empowering growth. Start today.